What's up, Guitar Player Nation? My name is Nick Harvey. I wanted to share with you today a warm-up system that I've devised, which is basically 4 quick exercises that I do each morning to get my hands moving, but also my brain moving, and reacquainted with how the glorious fretboard works from top to bottom. Now, I've tried to make this video a few times now. I've learned that these exercises could be a lot to comprehend if you're at a very beginner level. I'm going to mark this as intermediate level. You should probably have just a little bit of music theory knowledge, know your major scales, your triads, 12-bar blues, these building blocks. But these really are exercises to help you learn it and just keep acquainted with these basic concepts each day. I think what I found as a guitar player, trying to figure out the best way to have a practice regimen each day and trying out different things, was I realized I was spending so much time on exercises and mechanics that I wasn't playing enough. And I think for me, and is that like my time wasn't spent like sight reading and doing these like Berkeley guitar exercises from these books that I had, which I spent hours on, and I'm glad I did because they made me a better player and helped spark new ideas. But I really was like, took stock of what do I want to learn and what do I want to spend my time doing, which is, for me, playing guitar creatively, writing songs, playing songs I love, learning licks and these types of things. And these exercises should be a way to get you there. They should be giving you knowledge and facility to help make those pursuits easier, not just doing them like homework, because it's like, I'm playing guitar because I don't want to fucking do homework. I never did. So I'm going to take you through these. I think they get your hands moving. They are good exercises for your hands, and they help you remember how this works, and then you can just move on with your day after 10 minutes. The 4 exercises are, again, I'm going to move through this quickly. If anybody finds this intriguing, helpful, and wants me to go in depth on how these different pieces work, like I could definitely break this up into sections. If I really went through like what I was doing in each of these, like this could be like an hour and a half exercise. But I think most of the guitar players here probably have a really base understanding of what I'm doing. So let's do it. What I do is I pick a key each day. I get my metronome set for 90 beats per minute, which is like a nice comfortable pace for me to do this at. And I do my 4 exercises. The 4 exercises, I'm going to call them, are my major scale cage system. Do each form up and down. I'll go up the neck, we go up, down, go to the next form, up, down, next form, up, down, next form, up, down. And then kind of come down. And yeah, if you need to know what the cage system is, I would go Google that. Then I do major scale triads. I will pick a chord progression. Usually I'll just do a 1-4-5-4, which is, you know, our most classic chord progression. It's our 12-bar blues. And I will take the inversions, and I will use the inversions in a way that I can move up the neck and down the neck. So I'm getting a nice review as to where my triad inversions are. This is extremely helpful when comping, when soloing, because it's a cheat code as to like where your chord tones are. So if you're in a 12-bar blues, and I'm, you know, we can all solo over that one chord, right? So like we're in C. And I remember I was always like, well, where the fuck is the 4? What do I do when I get the F? What the triad is doing for me, this triad exercise, is that then when I'm in these situations and I'm soloing, I know right where that 4 chord is, and I know where the 5 chord is, and you can just move through it so easy. So for instance, I will do a 1-4-5-4. Okay, if we're in C, C, F, G, F, C. It's just a classic ass chord progression right there. You could do it as a 12-bar blues. That is just, it's just way more measures and going to be kind of tedious for this video, so I'm doing this truncated version. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 strings at a time and do these triads, you know, our root, third, fifth. I'm going to mimic that chord progression through the different triad inversions. I'm going to use it to go up the neck, and I'm going to come right back down. Now I'm going to start on my top three strings, my G, B, E, and yeah, we're going to go. So I'll do is, so we have our C, a little out of tune. Did it fast so you're not bored. I usually do it at 90 beats per minute. I hope that makes sense to you. You can see what I'm doing, 1, 4, 5 with our different inversions. A good mental exercise you can do is because we're trying to relearn it, is as I'm going, I will even say say the chords in my head. C, F, G, F, C, F, G, F, C. Now, I will take the opportunity as I'm trying to just remember what note on each fret is to, you know, I think some people think of their triads in different ways. A lot of times you're looking at where that root is and you know where that root is, what inversion to play, if that makes sense, right? So like if your root is on the B string, you're like, cool, right? And then when I know when my root is on the E string, I know what I'm going to play below it, which is that one. Then I know if my root is on the bottom, I'm going to play yet a different one. But so a lot of times I'll be like, oh, there's my C. Oh, there's my C. Oh, there's my C. Oh, there's my C. Or I will, if I'm going a little more advanced, I'll pick like a string, like maybe my G string. And as I'm going through my different inversions, I'll say to myself what note I'm playing on that string. So I'm going G, A, B, C, 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 D, F, E, F, G, A, G, A, G, F, E, F. Does this make sense? Do you see what I'm doing? I'm going to be getting a little in the weeds here, but it's just like another little layer you can throw on top of this exercise to, again, get your mind going. Exercise 3, I'm calling this the chromatic walking bass line. And basically what I am going to be doing is walking through my different chord tones and over a chord progression. I'm going to stick with the 1, 4, 5, 4. And basically what I want to practice doing is sort of a walking bass line. Again, like I wanted to be able to play a blues fluidly. So I took what I found were common moves or motif within a blues bass line, and I put it on here. And I didn't just do it on the bottom 4 strings, but I did on all the strings, because that way, hey, a bass line is a solo. It's like kind of all the same shit. So what I found was super common in a bass line was we're going to walk chromatically between our chord tones. Like that sounds pro. So in a blues bass line, you're not going to just go full on chromatically. Like the sweet sound and stuff that we all like is you're going to go usually 1, 2, or 1, 2, flat 3, 3. And now that's how we just chromatically walk from 1 to 3. Right? Classic shit. Then say we want to get from 3 to 5. That we can full on do chromatically from your 3, 4, tritone 5. Now if you want to get all the way up to the next octave, you should go from 5, flat 7, raise 7, 1. Then we keep going and it's the same shit. 2, flat 3, 3, 3, 4, flat 4, 5, flat 7, raise 7, 1. Yeah, like that's cool. That's serviceable. You can play that in the solo. You can play it in the bass line, and people will be like, "Hey, I think Nick kind of knows what he's doing." Like that's cool. So we got that under our belts. I'm gonna now do it over that 1-4-5 progression. C, F, G, F, C. Okay, let's go to the F. Let's go C, A, F. You hear what I'm doing? I'm doing it sloppy because I don't care that much anymore. Like I did these very religiously for a long time and wanted to get them perfectly. But again, I'm at a point in my life, my guitar playing, I'm in my 30s now. I just want to like play some fun ass shit. So I'm easy on myself after years of like hard discipline and yelling at myself about becoming a better player to just, I want to be serviceable when it comes to this stuff. So I'm playing it a little fast and loose. I also say that while I'm doing these exercises and this one particularly, like sometimes you're just going and as you get into it, you start noodling and you're like, we'll just like fucking play around with it and try to get out of into new modes, and you might find like, you know, like this was good. We're playing guitar. We're here to have fun. If you're doing that and you stumble on like a really fun lick, like I just go, cool. I pause, maybe throw it in my voice memos, and then come back to the exercises. Different guitar teachers, I'm not a guitar teacher, I'm just a guitar player, will tell you to be super disciplined about it, but like I'm like, who fucking cares? We're having fun, man. So have at it. Like if this leads you to a creative spot, then mission accomplished. Cool. Exercise 4. I'm calling this the major pentatonic White Denim lick. Okay, I was playing on one of my favorite bands and song. They have a song called Pretty Green, and in it is this fabulous guitar solo that ends with this really cool lick. It's in A, and they go. Right, that's cool. Sounds kind of Allman Brothers-y to me. And I love that it's moving up and down the neck, and like that's the kind of guitar playing I want to do. So really what I figured out, all that is, that's your A major triad, and what they're doing is they're going to the scale degree above it and then falling back down to the scale, to the chord tone. You're in your major pentatonic scale. This is a super useful lick to know as you're going to be scaling or doing scales and improvising when you're playing with your buddies and stuff, because again, it's just like you really want to know where your chord tones are, so as you're fucking around and noodling, you can like find really great ways to get from one chord tone to the other. Like that's the basis of soloing, honestly, if you want to make it really simple and easy on yourself. So I learned that riff and I put it into my different gauge systems, into my different keys. So if we're in C, right? F, E, A, G, D, C, F, E, A, G, F, E, D, C, A, G, F, E, D, C. That's the riff. I wanted to be able to do that again over my C, F, and G, so like put it right into context, and so I was like, cool, let's do that. Let's get to the F chord. G, F, B flat, A. Now you can notice what I'm trying to do is that I'm going to go to the next nearest chord tone for the next chord, because that's good voice leading. It's smooth. I don't like jumping really around. Same thing with the walking bass line. Like, you know, what you could do is like, start on 1 every time or start on 3 every time. Do that shit if you want. Like, it could be good practice, but I'm after something smooth and musical. So again, like the walking bass line, I'm going to take this White Denim lick and do it in a different key position or different cage position. Cool. That's the 4. We got our major scale and the cage system. We've got our Triad Inversions. We've got our walking bass line, and then we've got our White Denim lick. That White Denim lick, pick a lick from a different song you like and throw that over this 1, 4, 5 thing. It will, you'll get it in your bones, and it'll be great. You know, say I like a cool. It's like, all right. Cool. So that's your 1 flat 7 5 7 1. What does it sound like with the third? Is that right? Cool. Maybe that's right. Fuck around with it. Do it over your 1, 4, 5. I don't know. You get what the fuck I'm saying. That part maybe you didn't need. Yeah, and blaze through this. Do it in 10 minutes. Don't make it hard on yourself. But for me, doing these 4 exercises has helped. And maybe it's a different 4 exercises. Maybe for you, what you don't need is this whole fucking like walking thing or these riffs. Like, maybe you wanna just practice your bar chords and do your bar chords up and down. Like, cool, they make one of the 4 things that you're doing just doing the simple 1, 4, 5 in the different positions. Like, that's a huge thing. That was a fucking mind blower for me the first time. Like, 1, 4, 5 4 1 4 5 4 5 4. You know, I'm just doing different fucking versions. Like, do that. Do whatever you want. I just think there's a lot of dogma over guitar exercises and guitar playing, and it's not that serious. But I do think looking into these things and practicing and doing exercise is worth doing, because this theory shit is a cheat code to being able to, like I was saying before, play the shit you want to play. Like, I think a lot of people go the other way and they don't do any of this, and it keeps them in a really narrow view and box. So, I don't know. Everyone's got their own different guitar journeys. This has been mine. I've been talking for 18 minutes. I'm sure some of you hate this. I don't know if anyone made it to the end. If you did, high five. Hit me in the comments if you want to know anything else. I hope you found this useful. Have a good night, have a good week, and have fun playing guitar.